Hey, y'all, I have a question. Have y'all ever rehearsed a conversation in your head that you were going to talk to your partner about? Talked about it in your head for 3 days, you had all your words down, and then as soon as it left your mouth, as soon as it left your lips, the conversation went completely left. 30 seconds. Ruined your whole weekend, ruined your whole vacation, just ruined everything. And it was just what you thought was a rehearsed, simple conversation.
We're going to talk about it today.
Definitely.
What up, though, family? Welcome back to Table for Two with Mike and Cherie. Y'all know what it is. This is the spot where we serve up the raw truth about marriage with no filters and no chasers.
We're talking about trending topics like love, loyalty, and those petty little arguments that start over nothing.
We're not relationship gurus.
We're just two people trying not to kill each other while staying in love.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like our content, please hit the like bell and subscribe to get notified when we drop new episodes. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, even though y'all didn't help me out, your boy got a new whip. I was on here begging and pleading, trying to get some subscribers and stuff so I could get my new whip. But
You
we
prevailed.
good. We prevailed.
You prevailed.
So, if y'all want to help me with a car payment or something, car insurance, feel free. Drop a brother a line, Cash App, Zelle, whatever.
All right. Now that we got that out the way, y'all, let's pull up a chair and let's get into it.
Let's see what we're talking about today, baby. What we got going on?
Tonight, we are talking about how to bring up these hard conversations in relationships without starting War World 3.
Okay. All right. We know communication ain't the problem half the time. It's how we communicate a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but a lot of times it's just a lot of us don't know how to talk to each other, right?
Yep. Sometimes it could be the timing. That is key. I always say time and place.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people always want to bring up conversations seriously at the worst times? And those times could be right before bed, while somebody's hungry, in the middle of a shopping trip.
Or during the game. Please don't bring nothing up during the game.
During the game.
Yeah. Don't bring it up during the game if it's important. If you want my attention.
All right. That's fair.
That's definitely
fair.
not the time to do it.
That's fair.
And I definitely don't want to do it right before bed, because if we do it before bed, then we go into bed all
discombobulated.
Negative juju in the bedroom. Not saying that we perfect, because we definitely do it sometimes.
We
but
definitely do it.
That negative juju be all messed up, bro. She don't want to cuddle. I don't want to cuddle. Backs turned to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Have that conversation in the living room.
Real talk. It's hard though, because I feel like sometimes for some reason when we get in that space, that's our safe, comfy space, get under those covers and we're like, you know what? I got a quick question. Babe, can we talk for a second?
Right.
Nothing good ever starts with, you know what happened today? Really upset me, or I don't know, not in the bedroom.
Can we talk real quick about that thing that happened the other day? Like, oh man, right before bed or right before the game start, bro.
But I do think what we talked about with the timing and how couples start conversation is very important. Studies from the Gottman Institute show that couples who start conversations with criticism,
shout out Gottman Institute,
are far more likely to end in conflict. Researchers call this a harsh setup. So that just shows you how important it is to start and approach issues calmly and gently, and they will definitely significantly turn out more positively, and they're likely to resolve the conversation in a positive manner.
So basically, if you approach the issues calmly and gently, you have a better chance of resolution, or at least like not burning the house down.
Possibly.
Right?
Possibly.
So what's the solution?
Well,
how do you go about approaching a hard conversation with a spouse without getting your face
factors. There's so many factors. But
mushed.
Set the conversation up correctly instead of saying things like, hey, you never listen. Here we go again. We need to talk right now. You could try to say things like, hey, there's something that's been on my mind. I want us to understand each other better. You can even tell them, hey, I just want to let you know this isn't me attacking you. And you know that you and I have both started conversations off like that. We're like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. I need you to not get mad. We've both done that before. I'm like, please don't get mad.
Yeah.
And the fact that we actually have to say that means that we've had some rough starts or some rough conversations, because nobody's perfect. We're not going to always start it off perfectly, but these are some really good points and some key things that we can do to try to have a good conversation. Again, there's other things that's surrounding that. That's a whole nother podcast, but definitely starting conversations off like this with the delivery and presentation, it definitely helps.
It won't hurt.
And not being hungry, tired, or sleepy also helps.
A lot of times people listen to defend and not to understand. So, you can be voicing your grievance or your opinion on something to someone, and they're not really taking it in for what it is. They're just ready to pounce and defend on whatever you're saying and attack, right? So you got to try to get better at like listening openly instead of just, what do they call it? Listening to react.
Listen to react.
know
Listen to respond.
To respond.
Or react.
Yeah,
Listen
exactly.
to respond.
Yeah. Listen to actually trying to understand. But that has to be, for me, like you have to be able to communicate properly in order for that to happen on both ends. And that's, if you don't have that, that's something you definitely need to work on for sure. But a lot of arguments happen because people are preparing. I said they're preparing rebuttals instead of actually taking the time, listening to what the person's saying, and taking it in,
interrupting,
not, what I'm saying, and not, like you said, just not ready to receive what that person has to say.
Right. It's hard though, because I think we naturally defend ourselves and we naturally want to come up with a response, or I don't even say response, reaction. We are more so reaction.
Yeah,
we are more
sure.
so reacting to what the person said, because it feels like you're being attacked, especially if it's your partner. I think you're more open to listen to somebody else than your partner.
Yeah, because you're halfway through explaining your feelings and they already locked and loaded and ready to go.
Right.
They're shots fired. All they hear is shots fired. They're ready to shoot back.
That's true. That's true.
And you could really be trying to just express your feelings about something, so.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go again to some research. It shows that active listening and emotional validation improve relationship satisfaction, and it reduces escalation during conflict. So couples who feel heard are more likely to stay emotionally connected long term. That's research.
Okay. All right. Shout out Gottman again.
I don't know.
We do I don't know if that was that Gottman? Was that from Gottman?
I don't know if that was Gottman.
Oh, but
I think
it probably
it was like
was.
research stuff.
But
just research.
y'all check out Gottman. And then the Gottman theory
Gottman
is really good.
Institute.
The Gottman Institute is really good. They got great information.
Saving lives out here, I'm telling you.
Saving lives out here. One couple at a time. So start by listening to understand first instead of interrupting, correcting details, and defending immediately. Take the time to just soak in the information.
And what could be some helpful things that would help that? Or maybe the validation part.
Validating. So I could see, if someone tells you something that made them feel a certain way, you don't have to just say it to say it, but really try and think about it. If they say, well, you hurt me when you did X, Y, and Z, you can say, well, think about it. I could see how that could have hurt you. Or if you don't understand, I don't get it. I just did X, Y, and Z. I don't know why you're so upset about this. Help me understand.
Oh, help me understand.
Help me understand what it is that you're feeling, because I'm not getting it. I'm not grasping it right now. So help me understand. Be inquisitive. You really care about what that person's thinking and how they're feeling, right? And also, some little sympathy and empathy can go a long way. I didn't realize you felt that way.
Okay. Those are great suggestions. I like that.
Thanks, boo. And fellas, I know we want to fix the problem too fast, and sometimes it makes it worse.
Yep, I second that.
This is something to think about when entering into a conversation. Do you want peace or do you want to win? Right? Do you want peace or do you want to win? Some people argue like they're trying to win a championship ring.
Also, something to remember is that the point of having discussions is really not to win. It's to de-escalate. That may mean that you're not necessarily going to win, or you don't feel like you're winning, or a lot of times you may not even get your point across the way that you want to. and maybe you'll have to revisit that at another time. But when you feel like you're winning, like I always say, you're
Somebody's
losing.
losing.
You're losing because you're losing your person in whatever way that goes. You're chipping away at the relationship, really, because you feel like you have to win. And I think another thing to remember is that we have to take the ego out of it and remember that we're partners. So sometimes de-escalating may even mean walking away to reset.
Also, remember this. In the words of the great philosopher, Young Hove, a.k.a. Jay-Z, no one wins when the family feuds.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Just keep
Oh
that in
my
mind.
God.
Nobody wins
Oh
when
my
the family
God.
feuds, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, defensiveness and stonewalling are also amongst the strongest predictors of relationship dissatisfaction and separation. So when you're stonewalling and you're coming out fighting and being combative when your partner is trying to relay something to you, one of the two partners are going to be sad or dissatisfied, and that is not going to lead your relationship anywhere. Your relationship can't grow. It can't move forward. As a matter of fact, that takes it back.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that this is something that happens when you guys have arguments and I mean, I can even say that I have caught myself doing this. I mean, both of us have done these things before. So this is good counsel for all of us. Because I think when you're in a conversation, a lot of times it goes like we're talking about, it just goes left. And then it becomes an argument instead of just a regular conversation because people are emotional.
Yep.
And things are being said that you feel like is an attack on you, a personal attack. And a lot of times we're not looking at it like we would one of our friends.
Mm-hmm.
When one of our friends say, that hurt my feelings, or I really didn't appreciate how that was handled, because we're with our partner all the time, 24/7. So we don't give them the same grace that we give
our friends.
somebody else at all.
Right.
At all.
One
at
of our
all.
friends could say something to us out of the way or do something that we didn't quite like. And we might sit with that for a minute and bring it to them in a different way than we would our partner, which is
Absolutely
something you have to practice changing, right? You don't realize you do it, but it's one of those things when you think about it, you're like, damn, I guess I should be giving you a little more grace. You do, help with the bills around here, and I am with you every day, and we
well,
are
this is the
building a life
person that's
together.
closest to you.
Yeah, I know.
That
They
being
usually
said,
get,
less grace than anybody else.
they get less grace. So, but focus on solving the issue, like we talked about, not defeating your partner, and that may look like replacing statements like "you always," "you never," using sarcasm when you're having a discussion, eye rolling, mocking your partner, making all those weird gestures and all that kind of stuff.
Body language is important, guys. Body language is important. Even when we think it's not communicating, your body language is definitely communicating.
Is saying a lot.
I learned that. And it also shows the contempt that you have for your partner when you're doing things like that. I learned that. That's just a new learn.
Contempt,
so yeah, I can definitely say I've practiced some of these behaviors. For sure. For sure. So we can replace those behaviors with saying things like, can we figure this out together? I think that's going to definitely take down any walls. If you say, can we please figure this out together? Who's going to, I don't think I've ever said that before. I miss feeling close to you. I want
that's vulnerable.
It's very vulnerable. I don't know if I've ever said that either, honestly. I want us to improve this. Now, of course, I've said that. I don't know if I've said, can we figure this out together? But I might try that. And then I want us to improve this, or this is something we need to work on. That's an easy statement. There's no vulnerability in that.
Right.
But because once a conversation turns into proving who's right and we're not working together on it, again, nobody's winning.
That's true.
Nobody wins. So.
And now y'all both mad, sitting in silence and slamming bathroom doors.
And bedroom doors.
And
Bathroom
bedroom
doors.
doors.
I was like, my bedroom doors. I'm walking out. I'm going outside. And honestly, guys, this is interesting because we were recording this episode and we absolutely did not apply any of these suggestions in that moment. We literally got into an argument last week while we were trying to record this and did not do it. Thus,
This episode is a week late.
It's a week old.
I was like, I ain't doing it.
Well, and I definitely took my leave, and that was not received well. Anyway, so we
So
were.
y'all, just like we said
Yeah.
before, like, we practice this stuff and we don't get it right all the time.
Well, definitely not. I mean, I don't think anybody gets it right all the time, but we definitely try. But it just goes to show you that you can have all the practice in the world. And we're just being 100% authentic. Nobody's perfect. That is not what we're here presenting. But we definitely tried to record this episode, and it was just so damn ironic that we got through a few words. We had a disagreement about what was said on the podcast, and it just turned bad.
It
So
turned
we
into
walked
World War
away.
III.
It turned into World War III. So see y'all, even with the practices and knowing what we know, it still doesn't always turn out the way it's supposed to.
Yep.
And there it is. All right.
All right, so let's get into our segment called The Truth Comes Out. This is where we ask each other a couple questions and see who's capping and who's not.
All right.
All right.
Let's get it.
All right, who's going first today?
You.
All right. What's something I say that immediately makes you defensive?
When you talk about, I don't know, something around the house, like that's not clean or something like that, or something that you think needs to be cleaned up. And you might not even be speaking to me directly. Even if you say, oh, this counter looks so bad, I immediately take defense to that because I'm like, what? Well, for a couple of reasons. Because I think, well, clean it. And secondly, I'm like, it feels like you're attacking me and not having the counter clean, even though I know that's not it. A lot of times I have to talk through my things, but that does make me defensive because I feel like the house is my situation.
Okay.
Immediate defense.
All right, for sure.
All right. What's your toxic communication trait?
What do you think it is? Oh wait, you say I'm always
That's
always
exactly
right.
what I was about to say. Yep.
She thinks that I think that I'm always right.
He does.
I do think that I have a better plan of attack for certain things, issues that may come up and stuff like that, but I don't think I'm always right.
Well, says you.
Yeah.
But the truth is coming out, and I feel like that's not necessarily a
Does
toxic communication trait.
Does that make
but
you feel
that's
like you're
more
always
so-
wrong?
That's not a toxic communication trait, I guess, necessarily, but it's definitely a toxic trait for sure.
Whatever,
I can't
bro.
specifically put my hand or my finger on a toxic communication trait right now, but I'll be back with y'all on that. Okay?
What's our final takeaway from this episode?
Well, hard conversations are part of every healthy relationship, and they do get hard sometimes.
They absolutely do. The goal isn't avoiding conflict, it's learning how to handle conflict without destroying each other.
Yep, you can say hard things with love, even though I think that's definitely something that has to be thought out. Again, like what we talked about before, you can think about it for 3 days and it still don't turn out right.
Yeah.
We literally didn't think about this for 3 days, but we still fell out over this episode, or just because of something we disagreed on. And we didn't record it for 2 weeks.
And again, one of our other episodes, we kind of talked about this, using I statements when you're speaking to people instead of you statements. I felt like that was this. This made me feel that way. It's
Not you made me feel.
not you made me feel,
Right.
or
right,
I hate
right,
when, that type of stuff.
right,
But
right.
anyway, the right person won't expect perfection from you, but they will appreciate the effort, honesty, and respect.
Yep. Your relationship won't grow because you avoid hard conversations. Actually, that's going to make it harder to grow. You'll actually get stuck in this cycle or in the spiral, but it grows when both people feel safe enough to have these hard conversations. And remember, communication isn't just talking. It's not. A lot of people say communication, because they think that's just talking, but there is a skill. There's a skill
There's
to
definitely a skill to
communication. I used to
communicating.
think it was just talking, but communication is so much more than that.
It is.
It's making sure love can still be felt while the truth is being said. Honesty is definitely something that holds the relationship together and keeps it going.
Agreed. All right, y'all. Well, listen, that's going to do it for us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a table for two with another couple who you think needs this conversation. Subscribe for more relationship tools with zero fluff.
This is Table for Two, and we'll see you at the next sit down.
Peace, y'all.